Hey guys, welcome to PolitIQ. I am Dan Vollmeyer, and we are going to have some fun right now with 10 red hot or blue hot, we go both ways here, trivia questions. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Before we jump right in very quickly, the rules, we'll be talking political headlines from the past week. 10 questions, one bonus question. Real simple. For each question, you have 20 seconds to submit answers. I'm not going to be a stickler, but I might be. We'll see. Highest score wins what? $5 awarded to your PolitIQ account and a cool Voting Matters hat. So that's something to get excited about. But with that, I say let's begin. Question number 1. Earlier this week, President Trump approved a deal allowing for this popular social media app to continue operations in the U.S. This is an app that, amazingly enough, the 55 and older crowd have yet to find out and taken over. It's just a matter of time. That is time. TikTok, there you go. You guys go on TikTok at all? I don't. Basically, as part of this deal, President Trump wants $5 billion, billions, I don't have a stutter, but I just wanted to really emphasize billions, to go towards his patriotic education campaign to teach American students, quote, the real history of our country, not the fake history. I'm just doing this not to be sarcastic. This is really just actual quotes. The Chinese company that owns TikTok said they were unaware this was part of the deal, and the Chinese government has yet to sign off on it. So I guess we'll just stay tuned for that. Question 2. On Monday, Attorney General Bill Barr threatened to cut federal funding to New York, Seattle, and Portland, which his Department of Justice recently designated as blank jurisdictions. Blank jurisdictions. New York, Seattle, and Portland. I've been to one of the three because I live in New York. Love to visit some of the other cities though, but you guys have 2 seconds and stop. The answer is anarchist. Anarchist. In his announcement, Barr criticized these particular cities for allowing, quote, permitted violence and destruction of property to persist. The city's 3 Democratic mayors called the DOJ's move thoroughly political and unconstitutional and cited that Congress, not the president, determines how federal funding is distributed. So Congress controls all the money, and what could possibly go wrong there? I heard Nancy Pelosi's already ordered 10 slip and slides off Amazon to give to the folks in Seattle. That way when the cops turn on the fire hoses, it's party time, man. It's going to be great. That's the city I'm going to next. I'm going to visit Seattle. Let's stop rambling and get on to question 3. On Monday, the CDC removed guidelines that it had previously posted online stating for the first time that coronavirus could be transmitted via blank. 5 seconds, guys, and wha-bam. Yep, the answer is airborne droplets. Sounds like the name of a K-pop band, but it's also what the CDC has now said is another way that we can contract coronavirus. The CDC later clarified that the virus can still spread through the air, but it is primarily transmitted from person to person. Here we go, guys. Q4. On Tuesday, the total death toll from coronavirus in the U.S. surpassed what milestone? A little bit of a downer of a question, but, an important question to be asked. And, people want to talk about being left or right. I just say I'm up and down, really. Right now, probably down, considering everything that's going on in the world. But whoever gets this answer correct is going to be feeling up. How about that transition? 20 seconds are over. Let's see that answer. Wha-bam! It didn't feel right to say wha-bam when we're talking about deaths, but we did pass the 200,000 death milestone. To put that into perspective, that's more than the total number of Americans killed in the last 5 wars combined, or about one 9/11 attack, basically every day for 66 days straight. Boy, we're going to get through this, guys. I know we are. Let's jump into the next question. Q5. On Tuesday, House Democrats and the White House agreed to a short-term spending bill that will fund what? 20 seconds. I'll tell you, the funding that goes on in my house over here, there's never any agreement. It seems like my wife always wins. We're still trying to figure out what type of commentary I should be doing while you guys are answering. I hope I'm not distracting or making a fool out of myself. Hey guys, that's 20 seconds, so pens down, and let's see the answer. The federal government. There you go. Depending on where you land, you might say the federal government is always the right answer. I won't comment on that, but the answer to Q5 in this case the correct answer. The answer is the federal government. To tell you a little bit about this agreement, basically without it, we were a week away from another potential government shutdown. And that's the last thing that I think we can all agree we need right now. The bill passed overwhelmingly in the House, and it will now go to the Senate for a vote before being sent to President Trump, who is likely to sign or not sign. You never know. He'll probably sign it, right? All right, guys, well, let's take a quick break to talk about the current scores. This just in from the newsroom. Right now, we have 2 players tied for third place. That is Becky and DNA. In second place, we have P2 iPhone. That's definitely not his or her or they real name, but that's fine. And then in first place, someone by the name of Lumberjack. So big fun stuff for Lumberjack. Hopefully he can keep the momentum and go into the weekend, really lumberjacking those trees, feeling good about himself because he won on a political game show. Hey guys, let's jump into question 6. Nationwide protests erupted again Wednesday after news broke that none of the officers involved in the fatal shooting of this person would be charged with murder. 20 seconds, guys. It's a sad, sad state when there is just way too many names that we could be choosing from here. But yeah, this was a big story this week. 20 seconds, guys. Breonna Taylor. A grand jury indicted one of the 3 Louisville police officers involved in the botched police raid with endangerment charges for putting at risk Taylor's neighbors. Kentucky's Attorney General said the officers who shot blindly into the apartment were, quote, justified in their use of force because Taylor's boyfriend fired at officers first. Let's jump to question 7. On Wednesday, President Trump refused to commit to blank, stating, "We're going to have to see what happens." 20 seconds, guys. We're going to have to see what happens, is what he said. That's 20 seconds, guys. Let's see the answer. A peaceful transition of power if he loses the upcoming election. I mean, this certainly caught my eye. I'm frankly surprised it didn't get more attention, but Trump's comments drew bipartisan criticism, with numerous congressional Republican leaders dismissing the president's remarks. And throughout his presidency, he has joked about potentially staying in office longer than 2 terms. It's a great joke. Hilarious. Question 8. The CDC director said yesterday that more than 90% of Americans have yet to be exposed to coronavirus. Approximately what percent of the population must be infected or vaccinated in order to achieve herd immunity? Herd immunity. I just learned about that term recently, and I would share what I've learned, but I think that might help give an answer away. What a great way for me to backpedal out of explaining something I clearly am pretending to know about, but don't really know anything about. Hey, that's 20 seconds, guys. Saved by the bell. The answer to your question 8 is 60 to 80%. President Trump and numerous officials in his administration have recently stated that the U.S. could soon see an end to the pandemic by achieving herd immunity. However, U.S. health officials have said without a vaccine, this would require millions of infections and result in hundreds of thousands of additional deaths. So I guess I don't know how the scales tip on that one. All right, guys, let's jump to question 9. The president of this country, which is known as Europe's last dictatorship, was inaugurated yesterday amid widespread protests over the legitimacy of the election. 20 seconds, guys. Europe's last dictatorship. If I didn't already know the answer, I'd be curious to know what this answer was, but I'm privy to getting the information ahead of time. Hey guys, that's 20 seconds, pencils down. Your answer, Belarus. Opposition leaders have called on the international community to denounce the appointment of the Belarusian leader. I like saying that. Belarusian sounds very romantic. Who has held power since 1994 and has received strong support from Vladimir Putin. The U.S. has rejected the legitimacy of his win over concerns that his landslide win last month was the result of a rigged election. Wow. Well, we certainly wish all of our Belarusians out there that are watching this video all 0 of you. It's the first episode. We wish you the best. Question number 10. What is the name of the tropical storm that made landfall on the Texas coast earlier this week and became the 9th tropical storm hurricane to hit mainland U.S. this year? This is also a type of fish. I don't know if I'm allowed to be giving hints like this. I'm probably going to get a real tongue lashing from the boss after saying that. But hey, that's 20 seconds, and it's Beta. Beta fish is your answer. Excuse me, no. Beta is the name of the tropical storm. This actually marks the second time in history we've had to use the Greek alphabet to name tropical storms after running out of names. Basically, you start at A, go all the way through Z, and once you get past Z, you start using the Greek alphabet. What do you do after the Greek alphabet? Man, I don't know. Probably the Polish alphabet, who knows? All right, gang, let's talk current scores. The numbers have just come in. Currently, in third place, we have Becky. Second place, DNA, and then tied for first place, which I guess moves everybody else down a notch. So, Becky, you're actually out of here. You're in fourth place. Tied for first place, we have Lumberjack and P2 iPhone. So, basically, not to be cliche or anything, but this final question, basically all the marbles are on the line. I don't know if I even said that saying right, but I'm ready if you guys are ready. Let's do it. This is worth 3 points. President Trump is expected to announce his pick to replace the recently departed Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the Supreme Court, and he has stated it will be a woman. The question I have for you guys is, who was the first female justice appointed to the Supreme Court, and which former president appointed her? You guys have 20 seconds, and you also have to get both answers correct. As I'm sure you realize, this was a 2-part question, so it requires a 2-part answer. Pretty straightforward to me. I'm just white noise here, guys. I really am. Yeah, this is for all the marbles. I'm excited to see what happens. I actually don't even know the answer to this one. Pencils down. Let's see that answer. The answer, Sandra Day O'Connor. And the president who appointed the old SDO, I don't know if they call her that. I'm going to call her that, SDO. No, let's get respectful here. The gentleman president who appointed Sandra Day O'Connor was President Ronald Reagan. So let's see how much this bonus answer is going to change everything. All right, ladies and gentlemen, all the scores have been tallied. You've all done an excellent job here today. You're all winners in my book, but we can only have one winner, and that winner is P2 iPhone. Give it up for P2 iPhone, everybody. I'm sure you're all clapping. P2 iPhone, you are our winner. Congratulations. As you know, you will be winning a beautiful hat that will be shipped or sent by rail or truck, who knows. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for playing. This is our first time doing this. A little rickety, for the first go around, but I think we're going to get better at this as we move along.